Hey, welcome back. I'm Aaron. This is Adrian. Welcome to Food from the Diaspora. Today, we're going to be doing something different, all right? Usually it's me in the midst of cooking. I'm leading it, but I've got my friend here, Adrian, who's from the Virgin Islands. He's going to be taking me on a tutorial of how to do roti and chicken curry. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really anxious, but anyway, let's go on.
Food from the Diaspora.
All right, let's get straight into it. What's the first thing that we need to do?
Okay, so right now we're gonna prep the peas for the Dahl Puri. We use traditionally from Guyanese heritage. We use a split pea, a yellow split pea grain that we're gonna wash right now. You wanna have a go?
Yes. Do I need to? Am I just washing it in my hands? Just thoroughly through?
Yeah, and this removes all of the wax that's on top of the grain.
Am I changing the water as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now is add a couple of handfuls of the peas into this pan, and we'll get this to boil. We'll boil this for roughly 20 minutes, and then we'll start the grinding process.
And I can see here we've got a lot of spices, Adrian. We've got a lot of spices.
Yeah.
A lot of vegetables. What are these spices that we've got here?
Right. So over here we have some curry powder. This is the main ingredient.
Okay.
We have some jeera, some masala. We have some turmeric powder, some ground chili, paprika, and some coriander. And a little bit of brown sugar, because you're gonna give me some Bajan twist on your curry chicken.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
But you know what's interesting about this is that so many of the spices that we have here are also spices that people might recognize with the Indian culture as well, right?
Yep.
So it's nice how they both kind of tie in together, right?
It is my heritage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from the Virgin Islands, but the Caribbean aspect is also intertwined with Indian heritage from Guyana. That's where my parents are from.
Cool.
So we'll move on now with. So we tend to wash our chicken in the Caribbean.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is kind of get this prepared. We wash it with a bit of vinegar, some salt, and some lemon juice, and some lime juice.
Yep.
If you wanna squeeze those lemons for me.
Cool. Into here?
Yeah, into here.
So usually I use lime or lemon.
Okay,
you know?
either
but I like that you're using both. It might give it a bit more of a citrusy clean. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, and just a bit of vinegar.
Yep.
And the thing is, why we kind of wash the chicken as well, it kind of gets rid of that bloody rank smell or rank taste.
Is that enough? You want more?
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And just a bit of salt. I think the salt's over here.
Yes.
We'll just give that a little swishy swashy. Yep. And then we'll take this over to the sink. Cool. And while I'm doing this in the sink, do you mind putting about 2 teaspoons of every ingredient into that one bowl? Okay. And this is to make the paste for the curry.
Okay, no problem. So tell me, so in the Virgin Islands, is this what you would have? Is this popular, or are there other dishes that are more popular in the Virgin Islands?
The thing is, this is popular to our heritage.
Okay.
It's actually a delicacy because you find in the Virgin Islands the population of the Indians is quite low.
Okay.
So we kind of brought this to the Virgin Islands, and it's become a very well-known dish. So.
I know Trinidad love it. Guyana loves it. Even my country, Barbados, we love a curry chicken. We also have a beef and potato roti as well. Do you have that as well?
We do. I mean, any meat. You can make turkey. You can make prawns. You can make whatever you feel.
Prawn roti.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
So this is what it looks like. Cool. The mixed up spices, herbs.
Yeah.
Ground spices. Yeah. And what we'll do is add a bit of water to this.
Okay.
Now this is basically the fresh paste being made that you would normally buy in the supermarket.
Okay, yeah, I can smell it already. It smells like... So let's go over that again. So it's jeera, curry powder,
masala, cumin, coriander, chilies, and paprika.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna remember that because I'm gonna be doing this myself when I go home. That's why I'm here today, and that's why we're here today to learn food from the diaspora. Okay.
Right. So we have the chicken
Yes.
ready to be seasoned.
Yes.
So usually chicken in the Caribbean we season overnight.
Yes.
We tend to let that marinate for 24 to 48 hours just to get it tasting really, really well. Right, so this is basically the paste that we're gonna make for the curry, that we've made for the curry. So now for the seasoning of the chicken, we have some bell peppers, some crushed garlic, some shallots, some onions. And this will blend together to make another paste, and we'll incorporate that and season it with the chicken.
Cool.
And that will give it that kind of hearty flavor, whereas the curry gives it that spice.
And for those of you that don't know, when he says shallots, he means spring onions.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Or scallions. Where he's from.
We call it any and everything.
Shallots. But that's the beautiful thing about the Caribbean is that we have different words for so many different types of things.
Because when we started, I asked you what would you like to call it, and I know it as shallots or spring onions, and you were telling me scallions.
Scallion. Or even spring onion as well. Yeah, it's crazy.
So we're gonna start blending up that to make a paste.
Okay.
What we'll do is we'll add a few handfuls of all of the different veg. I made a mess. And it's roughly half an onion, about 2 springs of scallion, spring onions, and about half each of a bell pepper.
Okay.
And
that was 2 garlic cloves.
And that's 2 garlic cloves, We'll give this a quick blend. Right. So that's basically we call it a green seasoning. Most islands call it a green seasoning. If you want to take a look. So that's basically it inside. And this now is what we'll turn the chicken up with. And
do you want me to mix it in?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
My hands dirty in that.
Yeah,
Come on,
go for it. So we've got that going. Now what we can do is get the chicken on. And then we'll start grinding the peas for the dough. We'll get the skillet on. We're gonna go for, say, medium to high heat. Cool. And we'll get that going with some oil. Now what we're gonna do is, this is called bunjain the curry. So that term came from the Indian side, back my forefathers. And so I often hear my mom say bunjay the spices before you cook it, before you cook the chicken. It's basically just heating the spices up with some oil just to get those flavors going.
Yes, all right. Bunjain, yeah?
Bunjain.
That sounds, I like that word.
While that is getting hot, we have our peas here that's been boiling for roughly 20 minutes.
Yes.
And the process with this is called a mill, a cast iron mill. Now, you can make the peas, like I think you asked me earlier, if you don't have this mill. Now, the thing is, if you want authentic Caribbean roti or Guyanese, Trinidadian, any island authentic roti, you need a mill. Okay. Now, it's hard to find. I mean, I got this one online, but if you go in the Caribbean, you could go to any market and you could pick one up. If not, most times not, you can use the blender. Now, the blender does the job, as you can see, but it leaves a grain, and what the grain causes the roti to do is burst. And you don't want your roti to burst while it's cooking, because the steam can actually burn your hand really, really badly. I've had experiences, so yeah. Wow. But today we're going to be using the mill. So here we have the peas. This has been boiled for 20 minutes. It's been strained, drained, and cooled for about 10 minutes as well. So now this is cooled. It's ready to be grounded.
Grounded, yeah, we can use that. Yeah.
We'll use that. And what this does, cooling it, doesn't make it lumpy or too paste-like.
Okay.
Right? So what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be really noisy, by the way, guys. I'm gonna get you to ladle it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Into the give it a couple of pot spoons, or whatever spoon that is. Okay, now I'm gonna get you to do the hard work.
Okay, that's
now
fine.
I'm gonna hold the milk from here. This is so that it just doesn't rock about.
Okay.
And you're gonna grind any. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Right.
Oh wow. It's a good workout as well.
Yeah, it's a good workout. I remember having to do like maybe 6-7 pints of these.
Oh my
For my
Lord.
mom, yeah.
What, there all day? You be there all day, right? Oh.
It was the morning workout.
Okay.
You don't need the gym in the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
yeah.
So now we have the ground peas. Yes. Now as you can see, this is a nice, loose, fluffy texture. It's not a paste, and it's not grainy as well. It's just nice and smooth. And we season this as well. So we're gonna add a little bit of turmeric. We're just gonna add some jeera. Yeah. And some chili. Now you can also go in with a bit of onion powder, and it just depends on your taste. And
Tastes nice.
with the mill, we actually grind the fresh onion and some Scotch bonnet.
Okay.
So we have a little bit here, but we're gonna keep it mild today because this is a real bad boy. This is gonna be the mix for the Dahl Puri. The pan's been heated for a couple of minutes. We're going to go in with it depends on the amount of chicken. If you're cooking a lot of chicken, and whatever meat it is, if it's like mutton, beef, pork, you want to use quite a generous amount of this mixture. Okay. I think I'm just going to go in.
And right now we're bunjaying.
We're bunjaying the spices.
Okay.
Now we're going to bunjay this for, say, about a minute and a half, roughly. The thing is, we don't want this to burn, because then you have to constantly turn it. Okay. Because if you just leave it there to sit on its own, you'll get a very bitter curry.
Okay.
You won't get a nice, flavorful curry. Okay, now we're gonna go in with our chicken.
Cool.
Okay. So we're adding in the meat and all of the seasoning as well.
Lovely.
Now this gives the curry that gravy.
Okay.
Okay. We're not gonna add any water, any other liquid.
Okay.
As yet. What we're doing is letting that chicken kind of simmer.
Okay.
With the spices. Right. So now we're gonna be preparing the dough.
Okay.
So this is the roti dough. So this is the skin.
Okay.
That the peas is gonna be
placed into.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is roughly, everything's roughly.
Yeah.
About two. That's about two. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about
2 cups of flour.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with some baking powder.
Yes.
Now this is to make your roti swell, and salt to taste. So I'm just gonna go with that.
That's about.
And what I've learned over the last year is a pinch of brown sugar. And what I believe this does, it works with the baking powder, and it lets I guess it feeds the baking powder to make the roti swell.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, we're gonna give that a quick little toss.
That's 1 teaspoon.
Yeah, go another more. Yeah, that's
There you go.
Yeah. We might need a little bit more.
Okay.
And what I do is I mix the oil first, so that I get we always say we get an average, of how your roti feels, because it's all in how you feel with the roti itself. So I'm gonna try to get this flour or this dough like a biscuit-based consistency first, before you add the water. You can see it's clumping together.
Be about that much, maybe a bit more.
A little more. Yeah,
That's enough.
Yeah. Okay, and this is gonna come together now. And you give it a good, the thing is, you don't want to overwork your roti dough, but you just want to work it enough that it comes together.
Yes.
But you don't want a sticky dough as well.
No. What's quite interesting about this as well is that I think we should speak about the derivatives. So all of us in the Caribbean, we love roti.
Yeah.
But roti has derived from more of an Asian culture that was brought over to the Caribbean
Right,
by those
by the Indians,
by the migrants. Yeah, so let's talk a bit about that because it's similar to some of the because there is roti in the Indian culture, but it's different to what we know roti as.
Right. So I think with the migration process, everything changed.
Okay.
The type of curries we cook. I mean, when you cook a curry, when you have a curry from the Indian, from an Indian in the UK, you notice curry leaves.
Yes.
Rather than curry. Here we have curry powder.
Yes.
So curry is actually a leaf, a curry leaf. It's a green leaf that grows.
Okay.
And this has been derived from it being browned or dried and then ground. So what would have happened was when the Indians obviously traveled, they took their curry leaves, but the curry leaves also got dried.
yeah.
So I'm not wasting my curry leaf. I'm gonna grind up my curry leaf
Into a powder.
And I'm gonna cook with it.
Smart.
So that's how most of the ground spices came about.
I think it's amazing how things come together. Different people, different movements, but it all comes together to create one beautiful palette of food, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah? So look, we got it.
Right. So this is the dough now. And usually we would have this dough set for roughly 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
That's just so that the oil really holds the dough and it's like a elastic consistency.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's talk business, Adrian.
Right. So this is the dough. Now, as you can see, it's quite stretchy. Okay?
Nice.
So what I'm gonna do is that 2 cups of flour would make roughly 16 dal puri, 16 roti skin dal puri. So I'm just bring it out.
16, that sounds about right for me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so what you're gonna, while I'm getting the dough sorted, if you don't mind cutting me up some potatoes.
No problem.
Now we'll add those in roughly half an hour before the chicken's ready, just because
you don't want it to get
want it to get too
mash
mushy.
up.
Yeah. So you just split it in. You keep going.
Why did we do this?
To get exact amount, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So roll it into like a ball. Okay. What I'll do while you're doing one, I'll do one with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, into a ball, yeah?
Into a ball, yeah.
Okay.
And then what you can do is just press it out with your palm. Press it out so it gets an even.
My hand's a bit wet.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's coming out a bit different, but I'm still with you. Go on.
Okay. And then you're gonna start pulling it. Pull it from the inside out.
Cool, I got it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, going good.
Squash it more?
Yeah, squash it a bit more. Try to get it like...
So it's got like a bit of a...
so it got like a little well
okay.
or a little a dip.
Yep, I got you. Cool, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay. Right. And
Got my well.
Are you mocking me now?
No.
Okay. And going with your peas.
You said try and get as much as you
physically can.
Don't tell me that, because I'll go above and beyond. I think that's enough. And then what?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
And then you can with that, is like press the top into the well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then try and bring it.
And try and bring it together.
Okay. Kind of. I got it. Yes, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're rolling it again.
Yeah, we're rolling it.
This is no easy work.
No, it's not easy.
This is no easy work.
Yeah. Right.
Who made rotis? Who thought to do this? Who was the first person that did this? That's what I want to know. Who was the first person?
to fill it up.
I'm going to do some research when I go home.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to roll a roti? And what inspired it? Cool.
Yeah, happy with that?
I'm very happy, yes.
Now, we got this thing.
Ooh.
So this is the improved British version of a tawa.
Okay.
Or tava. It's a traditional frying skillet that you cook the rotis on.
Okay.
But as you can see, this is made out of cast iron.
Yep.
And you know the Dutch pots?
Yes.
They're cast iron.
Yes.
Tawas are also cast iron.
Okay.
But this is the only thing I could have found today. So
What's so good about the cast iron? What makes it?
I think the cast iron holds the heat. So you cook on very low energy.
Yeah.
Or
You still get the.
because remember back home they cook on the fire. On a fireside
Yeah.
that is poked with wood.
Yeah.
So right. And got a little sponge with oil. That's to base the roti.
Okay.
So you don't want your roti to dry out and get hard. You want a soft dal
Okay.
puri. Okay. So we're gonna have a go
At rolling them out.
at rolling them out. Now the trick is to get a decent amount of flour on your surface. Reason being, you don't want your roti to stick to the counter.
Okay.
Because then it pulls. Okay. Okay, and you're going from the inside out, slowly, because remember this is filled with peas.
And you also flour the rolling pin as
The
well.
rolling pin, yeah. Because you don't want the rolling pin to stick to your roti as well. What you do is you don't want it too thin, like you say. You don't to get it to not crumble and to not burst when it has that filling. You don't want to roll it too thin, because you want to leave it let it have some substance. So you could get an average. I think that looks all right.
Tell me what it's like, and I guess maybe coming here and I guess seeing differences. What was some of the major differences that you seen between living here and growing where you have in the Caribbean?
I think the food was the biggest difference.
Okay.
Because we come from, an island where most things are fresh.
True.
You go to the garden and you pick what you want. You pick plantain, you pick mangoes. You have abundance of fresh, exotic fruits.
Yeah.
Whereas here, oh my God, I think I paid £10 for a half a rotten breadfruit.
Yeah. It's true. I went to buy my parents half a breadfruit, and it was around about £5 or £6. Yeah, and it was rotten. Whereas where I used to spend most of my summers in Barbados, we used to have breadfruit falling from, and they fall bang. You hear them bang because they hit like a car, bang, and like it was just falling. Even mangoes used to be in my grandma's garden, just falling all day long. So I find it hard to go to Tesco's and spend like
I know exactly on something that's not even sweet.
No, exactly. But yeah, it's interesting to get your perspective because like I spent most of my summers in the Caribbean, but you grew up there, and I used to really enjoy spending my time there. I felt like there was a bit more. How can I put it? Like I felt a bit more free when I was in the Caribbean. Not that we're not free here, but there's so much open air and
it's more like just waking up in the morning to sunshine and most beaches.
Yes.
Whereas here, it's like you wake up. I don't know.
Yeah, onto a bus, straight onto a bus. Yeah, straight into a train. Yeah, there's not as much open space, and I guess things to do like that.
So this is like a little makeshift sponge that I had. Yep. I've sorted out, and you get that on your towel, and then you just put it on, and you let that cook for roughly 5 to 10 seconds.
I think about the taste. You're going to give this a try.
And what you tend to do is go over the top of the roti with your little sponge. Now you can use what they call what's those things? The ones that you like a pastry brush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is with the pastry brush, you'll have oil spatting all over your thingy.
Do you know what's really interesting about this is that I've seen chapatis being done by people from India, and it's a similar process that they do with ghee. They'll tap the chapati with
that's
ghee.
the thing. Most Indian food you'll notice, or Guyanese Indian or Trini Indian, they cook with ghee.
Yeah.
But because everyone's trying to be a bit health conscious, we've all moved on to like oil, vegetable oil, palm oil, coconut oil.
And you can see now as well that the roti's kind of like...
It's swelling.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you need to watch that because that steam in there would literally burst and your hand would just be...
Very, very...
very hurt. Yeah.
So this is actually a more dangerous process than I realized.
Because that steam can get really hot. And you just try to get it slightly brown, because you'll know when your roti is cooked. You don't want your roti to be kind of burnt.
Yeah.
You want your roti to be nice and soft.
Okay. So now it's plates and
now we're gonna plate up. Okay, guys. So this is what we created today, and we got the curry. So traditionally, you serve it in either a bowl or you eat it, you flag it on its own and you dip it with the curry. Or most times you find it filled as a filling with and you make it. You're gonna go in with some fresh,
just to garnish.
To garnish. And you can either break it off and dip, or you can have it as a wrap. Ooh. And traditionally, we have it as a wrap.
Ooh, Adrian.
And it's...
here it goes.
Yeah?
Here it goes. Are you ready?
And you just bite it like that. I'm just going to let you bite it.
Sure.
Yeah, you go for it. You go first.
Tell me twice.
We'll do more of them anyway.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys, get this in slow-mo if you can, because it's going to be absolutely spiritual, okay? Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Are you ready? It's quite spicy. Yeah, thumbs up.
That is excellent. So guys, this has been Food from the Diaspora. My name is Aaron.
And I'm Adrian.
And thank you so much for watching. I hope you take something from this and do it yourself. Until next time, take care.
Take care. Bye.
Hey you! What are you waiting for? Visit www.blackhistoryschool.co.uk for your step-by-step recipe. This episode was produced by Humblebee Creative with the support of Necessity, the National Lottery Community Fund, and Rich Mix London.